Good morning and welcome to another episode of TNTV. I'm your host, Billy, coach of the Nottingham Forest Curse. Today we're here with our ICP Week 8 battle up against Helios, coach of the Indianapolis Cobalions. We are currently sat at 4-3, pretty much in the thick of the playoff race. A win today would really set us up well. I believe we'd only need one win from the last 2 weeks, so hopefully we'll be able to pull through there if we can get the W this week. Helios is currently sat at 1-6, so having a bit more of an unfortunate season, but I think considering this is their first ever draft league, I think they've done incredibly well. As you can see from the matchup, they have a very threatening team. So quickly, before we get into everything, I just want to say that this will be a post-com on Showdown. The reason being is that we were trying to connect for nearly 2 hours for this game, and in the end we had to call it. It got to about 2-3 in the morning for Helios. I got up at 5:20 in the morning for the match, and it got to 7:30 and we still hadn't connected. So we went on Showdown. The reason I'm going to do it post-com is because I just think Showdown is hard to provide. I think to do Showdown live, your commentary has to be on point, and I don't think mine was. Like I said, I've been up for a couple of hours since 5:30 in the morning, so I was pretty tired. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to do a post-com. At least this way I can actually do a team builder, which I haven't been able to do yet. So yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. So you've been looking at the matchup long enough now, so I'm just going to say the Pokemon I was expecting were I was definitely expecting the Urshifu single strike, possibly the Galamoltres, but I didn't think it put on enough pressure this game. Certainly wasn't bulky enough to deal with my offense. Fini had to come, Gudra had to come, Volcanion had to come, Vikavolt I thought had a really good matchup as well. Avalugg a potential, and Ferrothorn definitely. So Helios didn't originally have Volcanion. So when he made the transactions and got in Volcanion, that was it. I'd already built my team because I built my teams in advance, and then he drafted Volcanion. I was like, right, now I've got to rebuild my team, and that was kind of confirmed to me that this is going to have to be the first week I can't bring Rain, because Volcanion in Rain was just too. I had nothing for it really. So yeah, that's pretty much what I was expecting. And like I said, I'm not bringing Rain, so. The next thing to look at was the Urshifu single strike. Obviously, you've got to prep massively for an Urshifu single strike, and I brought some interesting stuff for this. So, fun fact, the only thing on my team that can take 2 choice banded adamant wicked blows is Toxicroak, if it's max HP, max Fizz Def. So that's originally where I started with this build. However, in the end, I decided I'm not doing that. Oh, that's my 1 second. T-Bow? There we go. That's right, yeah. Now we can see it perfect. So in the end, I decided to go with this Toxicroak set. Now, this Toxicroak set I was so fucking proud of for building. So yes, we can't switch into Urshifu if it's banded anymore. However, if it's not banded, we can kind of switch in. So if let me break down exactly what this shit does. So a choice, we have enough speed for a jolly Urshifu. If he's adamant, obviously we have speed. So if Urshifu is jolly, banded with wicked blow, it will do, and then so they'll click choice banded wicked blow on us. We click drain punch. We then heal enough health back with the drain punch recovery plus the life orb recoil to still live another choice banded wicked blow, which I thought was really really cool. I was really happy with that. I really needed something that can just nuke, and Swords Dance, if I got the opportunity to click Swords Dance, I'm claiming at least 1 KO. If not, Gunk Shot just does an awful lot to almost everything. Obviously he's got a resist an immunity in Ferrothorn, but Ferrothorn doesn't particularly want to take a Drain Punch. I can always SD up on a Ferrothorn because it ain't really doing too much back to us. So yeah, that was the Menopause set. Next up, we've got Blossom, the Kartana. So this set, we'll bring the Chopper Berry with Swords Dance because I can set up on a Ferrothorn, no problem. I can take the Body Press, no problem with the Chopper Berry. Click Swords Dance, start Sacred Sword in. After 1 Sacred Sword, we have a 68% chance to OHKO max HP, max Fizz Def, Impish Ferrothorn, so 100% take that roll for that kind of damage on a Ferrothorn. The other reason for Chopper Berry is if Kartana can take a kill, his probably the best Revenge is a choice scarf Urshifu with like close combat. So with the chopper, we actually take close combat really well, and after the defense drop, we will always kill with the leaf blade or a sacred sword. So it also gives me a great switch into Fini, because he has brought a setup Fini before with that Iron Defense Calm Mind. I can Swords Dance alongside that thing Iron Defense in, because it can't really touch me. Like, it can't burn me with Skull because it was so misty terrain. Moonblast is resisted. Yes, I know Katana has the worst special defense in the game, awful HP. But if it's the setup set, it's most likely not special attack invested, which means we can then take the hits. So that was the plan for Katana for this game. It was kind of like break with Menopause, clean with Katana. Next up, went with Heavy Duty Boots, Thunderous. So looking again at the matchup, they have they've got they've got screens with Meowstick potentially. I've seen them bring screens with Fini before. Obviously, terrain with Fini. Webs with Vikavolt, Stealth Fox, and Spikes with Ferrothorn, and that's just way too much for me to kind of deal with. I can't deal with all of that. So we're bringing Defog on Rick Sanchez with Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Incinerate. Like I said, I'm not bringing the rain, so I can afford to run Incinerate, which will be a 2-shot on a Fizz Def. Ferrothorn, if it's Spadef, then it's harder, but if it's Fizz Def, then absolutely a 2-shot. We're completely and utterly just walled by Goodra, but I've got answers to Goodra. I've got switch-ins to Goodra, and my physically offensive Pokemon really pressure Goodra. Obviously, Leaf Blade doesn't touch it if it's Sapsipper, but my knockoff Secret Sword, especially from a +2, the Goodra's going down, so I've always got switch-ins to Goodra. Next up, this set I'm incredibly proud of. So I had a strategy. So like I said before, I can't switch into a banded Urshifu. But the thing is with Urshifu and Wicked Blow, it only gets 8 PP. Only gets 8 PP. So bear with me on this one. We'll bring in Pressure Dusclops, aka Kevin. I've built a Dusclops set that's almost designed to 1v1 an Urshifu. Well, maybe not 1v1, but gradually beat an Urshifu. So, if this pulls off, then I'm a fucking genius. Sub Willow Nightshade Pain Spit. Let's talk about this. So, sub. If I predict, let's say the Misty Terrain is up, because if the Misty Terrain isn't up, I'm probably going to click Will-O-Wisp, expecting the Urshifu to come in. If the Misty Terrain is up, I click Substitute. Urshifu then has to click Wicked Blow, wants to break my sub, which costs 2 PP, so he's only got 6 left, which is 3 hits left with Wicked Blow, and then he's got to hit. He's got to click Wicked Blow again, right? Because there's Dusclops sat right in front of him. Or if he's locked in, he's got to click it again, which means to break my sub and then to hit Kevin, he's going to have to use half of his PP on Wicked Blow. What it was our Wicked Blow, he probably doesn't have another move for Kevin. So Kevin just walls Urshifu single strike. People say that thing should be banded. I probably agree. We'll see if it works. Next up we have Cat Butcher the Ordino, max HP, max Spadef. This one is for a Goodra switch in, unless it's a physical set with superpower, which I'll be honest, I completely overlooked in building. So if he does bring that, problem. But Wish Protect, Encore, Body Slam. Wish Protect just to keep the whole team healthy. He's got a lot of offense, scary threats. So if I can get a Wish and pass it off to like Kevin, for example, get him back healthy, because I can live a Wicked Blow. I just can't live 2. So. And if I could waste those PP on the Urshifu, that'd be just brilliant. We've got Encore in case the Fini wants to set up in front of me, or if the Meowstick wants to go for Trick Room, because I have seen him bring Trick Room Meowstick before. We can encore into that cycle, and then finally Body Slam, because it's just a stab move. If there's no terrain up, I get a 30% chance to power, so I'll take that 100%. Last Mon on the team making their season debut is Mystic the Articuno, Roost Defog, Toxic, Freeze Dry, Heavy Duty Boots with another Pokemon with a pressure ability. This is my initial Urshifu switch in. We are max HP, max defense. If Urshifu is banded, we cannot take 2 hits. If it is not banded, we can take 2 hits unless it's like Black Glasses. So this will be my initial switch into Urshifu. Straight away, that will tell me if it's banded or not. And once I know what kind of set it is, it makes it so much easier. And if Urshifu comes in, clicks Wicked Blow, I bring in Mystic. That's already 2 PP. Oh no. Work offline. That's already 2 PP used. And if I can just roost, I can roost and stall out that wicked blow. Defog, another way to get rid of those hazards and terrain, etc. Toxic is really good for wearing things out. For example, Tapu Fini, if I can click defog in front of a Tapu Fini, get rid of its terrain, then toxic it, it's no longer a problem, even if it starts setting up. And then freeze dry is just a move. We've got 4 in speed, literally for a 0 speed Tapu Fini. So yeah, that is literally the team. We're going to jump right into now the actual battle itself. Here we go. As you can see, they did bring the Ferrothorn, Vikavolt, Guja, Fini, Urshifu, and Volcanion. So pretty much, I think, what their best 6 to come against me. Was there anything on there that? No, definitely didn't expect the Dedenne. Didn't expect the Meowstic was a possibility, but didn't expect the Sandaconda or anything. So yeah, I think this was probably his best 6. So looking at the team, I decided, right, I've seen him lead Fini a couple of times, or Ferrothorn, so I thought, okay, let's lead this game with Rick Sanchez, the Thunderous, because if they do decide to lead any of those 2, I can either Incinerate on the Ferrothorn or I can Volt Switch on the Fini. Speed this up just a little bit. As they do lead Fini, I have no reason whatsoever here to not click Volt Switch. So obviously, clicking Volt Switch on in comes the expected Guja. This gives me a very free switch into anything I want. I decided to go into Pat Butcher just to start off by scouting, really. What's this switch into Pat Butcher? I mean, anything can switch into a Pat Butcher, but just having a little look, as we can see, he initially goes into Ferrothorn, takes the, gives me the Iron Barb damage, but shows me he's not a Rocky Helmet. He is indeed leftovers, which is fantastic. For me anyway. So expecting hazards to start come in, I do go back into my Thunderous because, like I said, I can incinerate this thing, as he does actually click the Leech Seed. I'm not sure here whether to stay in or to incinerate or to Volt Switch, predicting the Guja, but I thought, you know what, he might not, he's probably not going to expect to incinerate, so let me go for incinerate as he just thinks he's safe and going for his hazards. Obviously gets them up, and I believe now, I think, right, Guja's definitely coming in here. I'm going to click Volt Switch. As, yeah, that's what happened. The Guja just come in. I do click the Volt Switch. What do I go into here? Is it straight back into Pat Butcher? No. Yeah, straight back into Pat Butcher. Gives me a free, I think I fire off a Wish here. Terrain is gone, which is fantastic. Yeah, it goes into the Vikavolt. As we do the throw off a Wish, now we're max HP, max BDF, so I kind of want to see what this thing is going to do. But for me, it was a perfect opportunity to get my Rick Sanchez in. I get back to full health. We can now defog away the webs, which obviously I'm going to click defog here. I don't want webs and box staying here. It does give him a free switch into Guja, but speed up just a little bit more. Obviously, I can hit Volt Switch, and I've got a free switch every single time into Pat Butcher as he clicks Ice Beam, which, as you can see, does nothing. After the leftovers recovery as well. Here we go. Here it comes. Here comes the Urshifu. Switches in on a body slam. Like I had a 30% chance to paralyze this thing. There was no terrain up, so I could have paralyzed this thing. But either way, in comes the Urshifu. I'm going to do, as I said, the game plan was to go straight into Articuno. This will instantly tell me if he's banded or not. Clicks Wicked Blow. It does not 2-hit KO me. It does not 2-hit KO me, which means that I can stall this thing out. That's all, I can take 2 hits. Obviously Wicked Blow, he's already used 2 PP, so we're kind of, the game plan's going well. It does bring in this thing. I did click Toxic. The reason I clicked Toxic is in case he wants to go into anything else. I don't know, to be honest. I probably should have clicked Roost there, but it worked out. Toxic on Volcanion works out nice. So here I go to the Ordino, simply because, again, I was worried about this thing being specs. From that flamethrower damage shows me he's not specs, but it does get flamethrower burn. This game actually turns out to be pretty hacksy. You'll see later. Yeah, take that, no problem. I believe I've got no reason to just not fire off a Wish here. Is that right? Yeah, we fire off a Wish. In comes the Fini. My switch in here is, I stay in because I want to see what kind of Fini it is. If he wants to start setting up, I can encore it. So I just click Body Slam. I know it's going to do nothing, but I get my Wish back. We know what this Fini's going for now. We know it's a Screens Fini. So as he goes to the Reflect, I'm just going to click Encore. Basically, by clicking that, I know he's forced into Reflect, so I can go into my Rick Sanchez and I can click Defog, get rid of these, as he actually doubles out into Urshifu. I'm like, okay, you know what? I should outspeed this thing. I have enough speed to outspeed this thing, so The fact he outsped me shows me straight away he is Choice Scarf. I believe he was Adamant, Max Attack, Choice Scarf, or Jolly. Either way, Max, he wasn't banded, he was Choice Scarf, so it makes it a lot easier for me to deal with. Clicks the Wicked Blow. As we can see here, he's already used 3 PP for his Wicked Blow. So obviously I did click the defog here, and now I'm like, okay, I'm going to switch out. I know he's not banded, so I can go into my Menopause. I know I can take 2 hits now. As he actually goes into his Ferrothorn on the Drain Punch. Probably Vikavolt was better play here, but you know, I'm sure there was a reason. So we click Drain Punch again. I've got no reason not to. As in comes the Vikavolt. Gunk Shot, depending on its set, could do quite a bit of damage, but I've got no reason at this point to stay in. I have a Ordino, which is back to full health thanks to Regenerator. This thing is fantastic. We're going to take, well, actually go to the Sticky Webs again, which, again, I've got double defog, so it's not a massive problem for me. Now, I do believe do they stay in here, or do they switch out? They click the, we click Wish, and they clicked the Bug Buzz, which we chew, but, well, we would chew, but they got a crit. So I decide here, you know what, they're probably clicking Bug Buzz again, right? I get my Regenerator, so I'm going to go into Kevin, because I can chew the hit, I resist a Bug Buzz, and I'll get back to full. Now, as I said in the team builder, if there's no Misty Terrain up and Kevin comes in, I am clicking Will-O-Wisp, hoping the Urshifu comes in. As you can see, we get the Wish, go back to full. Let's speed this up a little bit. We do click the Will-O-Wisp as he does go into the Urshifu, and Urshifu is now, it's just crippled so much. I mean, he's only got 4 Wicked Blows left, which in front of Kevin is actually 2. So we're going to go into Articuno because after doing the calcs, a non-banded Urshifu, even from this point burned, can't 2-hit KO me. So we're going to click, we're going to take that. No problem. He's only got 1 Wicked Blow left. If he clicks it on a Pressure Mon, I was really click Roost here just for the longevity. As this thing comes in, I did the calcs. I know 100% I can live a non-specs flamethrower from this thing, so I click the defog to get rid of the webs. I did click Bulldoze, so it makes no prediction there. I think predicting my Toxicroak, but I was never bringing Toxicroak in at this point on a potential fire move because of the dry skin ability. I am it's like super effective damage against Toxicroak, so not having any of that. Again, I know I can live any hit from this thing, so I'm going to click Freeze Dry just to get a bit of chip on this thing. I can always roost off damage, or I can always switch out, as this time they do go for the Flamethrower, which I know 100% I live, but they crit me, so down goes the Articuno, which is really, really unfortunate. Mystic did really, really well this game, but they needed to. They definitely could have stuck around, but you know what? Crits happen. So here I'm just going to Kartana. I'm just like, you know what? Show me a switch in. Now I did the calcs, and depending on the set, they could have potentially lived a knockoff. So I thought I'm not risking that. I'm just going to click Leaf Blade as he actually goes into Tapu Fini. I don't know if they were expecting the knockoff. I think Vikavolt was a pretty safe switch in there, as they do then go into Vikavolt. So I actually clicked Swords Dance here. Now the reason I clicked Swords Dance is because with the Fini in, I know it can't touch me, and at +1 I cannot KO this Vikavolt. However, at +3, so if I got the Swords Dance off and then KO'd the Fini, we just swept from this point, especially with our Chopperberry, because Urshifu can't revenge us. We just completely sweep at this point. But it does go into Vikavolt, and at 40, even at +2, I still can't Oko this thing. So I'm going to switch out. I've got 3 switches to Dusclops every time. As he does click the Bug Buzz again, this I believe. Yeah, it does click the Buzz Buzz, which would have annihilated Kartana. Now here, I'm just going to click. I'm clicking Substitute. We've got Substitute Dusclops coming through here. In comes the Fini. Obviously wants to set up screens, but we have Nightshade, and the reason we have Nightshade over Seismic Toss is so we don't take Iron Barbs and potentially Rocky Helmet damage from the Ferrothorn. But, you know, Nightshade goes through the screens, so that's not a problem. In comes Mr. Fister. Now here, like I said, it was quite early in the morning for me. We'd spent a couple of hours trying to get connected, and I was a little bit, not tilted is definitely the wrong word, because I was very much enjoying it, but I certainly wasn't as focused as I should have been. I wasn't actually paying attention to the Wicked Blow PP, because here he does go for the Wicked Blow and breaks my sub. Now I already know 100% that this thing is Choice Scarf, and so he's locked into Wicked Blow. I can see if I was maybe a little bit more awake, or a little bit less distracted. I just noticed that I'd been keeping count. I actually had a pen and paper ready. I have that every week, but especially I had it this week purely for Wicked Blow count in anticipation to play it on Wi-Fi. So yeah, by seeing he had no Wicked Blows left, I 100% should have stayed in here, and I should have just clicked sub, but you know, knowing these four switch out. But unfortunately, didn't notice that. It doesn't work out too bad though, because now I can go into Ordino, I can go into Pat Butcher, I can click, I do believe, I click Wish here, as you know, the Ferrothorn is just going to get with the Leech Seed, start getting some health back, which is absolutely fine by me. He's still not really got enough health to check anything, so I'm going to patch my Wish back into Rick Sanchez, know that this thing can't touch me, and boom, Rick Sanchez is back to a very good amount of health. I click Defog straight away. I don't want rocks, I really don't want rocks. He clicks Power Whip, which as you can see does nothing. Now I've got no reason to not click Incinerate to KO the Ferrothorn, so I'll go into Ferrothorn, in comes the Goodra. Again, no reason to not just click Volt Switch here and go straight back into Pat Butcher. This Pat Butcher has proven to be a massive issue for him. As you can see there, we pretty much we fucking chewed that Draco. I believe it turned out he was modest, max special attack with an Assault Vest. But yeah, no reason to not just click Wish again here. In comes the Volcanion. We live that every time, but he gets a crit, and now it's looking a little bit dicey for Pat Butcher. Luckily, we do have the Wish coming back, so we're okay. And we haven't revealed it yet, but we do have the Protect, which we're going to put, which we're going to click, just so this thing goes down to the Toxic. So we're currently 5-3 up. Pat Butcher's looking so good. In comes the Urshifu. He's forced to click a fighting move, which again at this point I hadn't realised that he was out of Wicked Blows, but Toxic Crit was always a safe switch in. So in comes Menopause, and he goes out to the Vikavolt. We get a Drain Punch crit here, which as you can see kind of does nothing. I do stay in here and I click Gunk Shot. I think that was a misplay. I don't think I needed to. I mean, we get a crit and nearly KO it, but I don't think I needed to let Toxic Crit go down here. But it happens. Down goes the Vikavolt. The most important thing here is, let's just go back a turn. Play. There we go, yeah. So the most important thing here, I'll just play from here, is that the damage that we get on the Vikavolt is now in range of Kartana. So everything's in range of a +1 Kartana now. I believe it's a bit iffy on the Goodra, so I could have gone into Kartana here, and I could have clicked Knockoff to KO the Vikavolt, but this Goodra, it's not guaranteed in range of it yet, so not worth risking. We're going to Rick Sanchez. I click Incinerate because if the Goodra comes in, it comes in. I can just do the same thing over and over again. I can just click Volt Switch and go straight back into Pat Butcher. We're taking nothing except he gets another crit on Pat Butcher. Like, he's trying so hard to KO Pat Butcher, but Pat Butcher gives no fucks. So we're just going to switch out, go into Kevin. He's -2 now, so as long as I don't critters again, we're going to be fine. Now this thing is definitely doing nothing to Kevin. I'm just going to click Substitute. In comes the Mr. Fister. I'm assuming this is when he realised he was out of PP for Wicked Blow, or he forgot, because obviously he goes into it and he's got nothing to hit Kevin with, so he just clicks Close Combat. And there we go. Kevin just practically 1v1 to fucking Urshifu single strike. Tell me I'm not a genius. We take nothing from, like, it doesn't even break the sub, the Ice Beam. We click Pain Split, get our health back. We sub again, knowing that one sub can't break our sub. One Ice Beam can't break our sub. Pain Split, he does actually go into the, slow it down a bit, fucking hell. He does go into the Michael Vikavolt to get a little bit of health back on the Vikavolt. I assume predicting the Pain Split, so that was a good play there. But it is still in range of a Nightshade. He could have clicked Buzz there because that bypasses the sub, but it still wants to KO Kevin. We're at too much HP at this point. And down goes the Vikavolt. The only thing left is Goodra, and it clicks Fire Blast, which misses. It doesn't matter though. So we click Nightshade here, and he's going to go Fire Blast again. You'll see that he does hit, which meant looking at that damage, if the first Fire Blast hit and put us at this damage, Nightshade would put at this damage. I wouldn't have stayed in. I wanted to let Kevin drop. I had no reason to. I could have gone into Ordino. Absolutely no problem. So yeah. Doesn't matter for differential. All that it does do is it gives Kevin his another KO. That's 4 kills this game for Kevin. MVP, absolutely. I mean, yeah. Someone convinced me otherwise that this thing isn't broken as fuck. So that is the game. That puts us at 5-3. We're at a really good spot for playoffs right now. We've got 2 weeks left. We just need 1 win. However, next week we're up against Kurt, coach of the Walt Disneylanders, who is also, I believe, they're in the playoff race with us. Can't remember their record, whether it be 4-4, 3-4, or 5-3. I honestly can't remember. But I know they're right in the thick of playoffs with us, and it's a very big game. It's a very big game that we really need to win. So yeah, hope everyone enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, normal shit that people ask you to do, and hopefully see you next week. But yeah, have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye.